we are talking about design thinking and innovation. Today's topic is empathy. Empathy in design thinking. What is empathy? Empathy in design thinking is about connecting with the users on an emotional level to understand their experiences, challenges, and desires. So the designer to see the world through the user's eyes. So what they feel, how do they feel, and what the users are feeling, and as a designer we need to feel as if that user, so that is within her, within their shoe, that the designer can watch. Okay, so that is, they understand the what is the expectation of the user. How to practice empathy, observing user behavior. So in that context, watching how users interact with the existing products, services in their natural environment. Okay, how the user expectations, how they are expecting the products for their usage. So how they are interacting with the existing products. So we can observe. So engaging with the users through interviews and conversations. So direct a dialogue with the user can provide deep insights into their thoughts and feelings. You have to interview the user, what their expectations, what they need, what kind of products they require. So we need to interview. We need to interview, put a dialogue and conversation. Immersing in the user's environment, spending some time in the user's environment, either at a home or workplace or any other relevant place, can offer invaluable insights into the challenges they face and the context in which they use the product or service. So the challenges they face, we understand, and what context the product is using, we understand. What are the tools for the empathy? The empathy map, user persona, journey map, user journey, how the user is using the product. So we need to understand the stakeholders' journey, user's journey. So that helps synthesize and communicate the insights gained about the users. So if at all you take an interview of a customer, you can put a dialogue, take a problem, like from the empathy, you define a problem from their expectation, from their desires. So put frame define a problem statement, and based on the problem, you put a questionnaire, interview the customer. Focusing a customer on interview questions, a questionnaire can be developed to understand, to get the insights. Okay. Focusing on a problem of the users. The journey map or customer map or mapping can be developed with the power versus interest, like, or interest versus influence. See the low interest and high interest, low influence and high influence, the interest versus influence, similarly influence versus power. You take any problem, the people involved, the stakeholders involved, the user, customer, manager, okay, administrator. So what are their interests? What are their influences? What are their powers? So you can map whether it is a low power or high power, an administrator having a high power, or low interest or high interest. A manager having a low influence or a high influence. Okay, so that is what the interest, the customer having interest or administrator or manager having interest. We need to analyze and put a map, a journey map. and power versus interest can be mapped. For example, to design a wallet for the customer need, for the customer expectation, what are the requirements, that are the choices, engage with the customer, interact with the customer, put a questionnaire, interview with the customer, and what are the preferences and what are the things that are required to develop that product. So you put a map, interest versus the power or influence. What are the things? Who are the people involved? Then how to manufacture this wallet? Who can the customers, the stakeholders who are involved? What are their roles, either in terms of influence or power or interest? Based on that, you put a problem, define a problem, and design a wallet based on the customer needs. These are the different wallets based on the customer interest. The customer is expecting different kinds of designs and colors and features. Thank you.